Hi everybody, welcome back to this. In this video, I'm going to show how to download files from UCM with the SOAP API of UCM. So let us understand the use case first. So every Fusion instance comes by default with the UCM, which is used to manage all the files and folder. Whatever attachment you push from the Fusion, it gets checked into the UCM. So there are frequent requirement like you are doing some extraction. You have written some HCM extract, which will push the file into the UCM. And then you will need to download the file from UCM and send it to the downstream application. So very frequent requirement. So there's a UCM generic SOAP API using which you can download the file from UCM. So here you need to replace your Fusion domain /IDCS IDCWS /generic SOAP port $pistol. Sorry, question mark pistol. So this is the SOAP UI, SOAP API, which you have to use to create a SOAP connection and then use it to download the file from UCM. So here let us understand the use case. So I'm considering we have one client application which has the content ID which resides into your UCM. They have the content ID, and then basis on that content ID, they will pass the content ID in the REST request and will call the UCM SOAP. And once the file is downloaded, send this file over the notification. So let's look at how this can be achieved. First of all, we have to create a connection. So create a connection with the help of SOAP API. So let's say Fusion UCM SOAP connection, and let's choose this as a invoke and click on a create keyword. When you do this here, you need to provide the visual URL. Let's say this is my visual URL. Let me copy it from this thing. And then choose the basic authentication and enter username and then password here. So now let me enter the correct credential here and come back. Here you see this FA UCM SOAP connection is configured successfully and I can use it in my integration. So let's achieve this use case. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use app-driven orchestration, and here we'll use download file from UCM, and here use your package called com.tssoap and click on a create button. Let it be open. Here I will use this REST trigger connection. Let's say download, or let's say fine, and let's say next, and let's say UCM file, let's say post, and I will, okay, let's say ID, the file ID, okay, that's fine. And let's say next, and then finish. The next thing, I want to call my SOAP connection, which I have just created with this, okay, and let's say download file from CM. Next. So here you need to choose the operation which is called generic SOAP operation. Next, and then simply say finish. That's it. Now here's the mapping that you have to do. So click here and click on edit. That is very important to understand. First of all, you see open the body here, generic request, and under the web key, create target node, and here make sure you give CS, okay, and then save. That is very important. Then expand this service, and in this create target node, and here also let's say get file. Get file is the service which is used to download the file. Okay, and then under document, we have a field array. So we have to create multiple fields here. So one, let's say field, here the value will be your UCM ID first of all, the ID that you need to push into the field. And then under the name, you need to create target node and let's say the doc name. Make sure you give the correct values. Okay, and then make sure you repeat this field again, right click. If you wanted to create more fields, so this is the array type. So what you can do, you can right click and then say repeat node. Select this field, or you can go here into the code directly. And here you see the doc name. You can say latest here, not here actually. So here that will be the revision selection mode actually. That will be your revision selection method. Okay, as the field value. So this is the standard value. And in the name, okay, revision selection method. Just hold on, please. The value will be latest. So this is how you have to do the mapping. If you come here, you can see here the field name is this and the value is latest. So what I can do, I can repeat one more field here, and in the field name, you can give another value called retention, and the value will be primary. So these are the standard values that you need to provide here. That's it, and validate. So let me explain this mapping again. So for your better understanding. So in the generic request, I have given CS in the double quotes, IDC service as a get file, which is used to download the file. Then here you need to pass the DDoc name, the content ID, and then another field name called revision selection method, where I'm putting the latest, and another field is retention. The value is primary. Now come back. Now when this will be downloaded, it will give me the output in the base 64. Where? In the base 64. So what I'm going to do, I need to convert that base 64 into a reference. It is because in the notification, we map the reference. So we have an important action called stage file, which can be used to temporarily process the file in the OIC server. So I can use it here. Stage file we will discuss later, but just to complete this, I'm going to use stage file. So stage file is one of the seeded action which will allow you to process or write the files into the staging file server, which you cannot open, of course. Let's say write file next. And here there are various operations called read entire file, read file in segments, write file, zip files. Let's use the write file because I would like to write the file. You can give a file name here. Let's say file name is single quotes. Let's say UCM, or you can say function. I'm considering that will be my PDF file. So what I will do, I will use a concat function and will use this IT and then .pdf. So I can download the file with exact name as my using content ID. And then output directory, I can say tmp, any hard-coded value you would like to give. Next. Here, when you use this write file operation, you have to give some schema here. So here I will use the sample schema document, and this sample schema document will be the OPEC. So what I can do, I can download this OPEC XSD from here. Very simple. So this is a generic OPEC crystal schema which has a one element called OPEC element called base 64 binary. So let me quickly open my editor here and let me create a file here with name .xst extension. Let me do this. Give me a minute. Okay. I keep a name called opaque.xst. And then, oh, sorry, maybe I have done something wrong. Wrong minute. Yeah. Let me upload that opaque, which is on my desktop, opaque.xst, and next, and then finish. Now, the next step is to oh, what happened to this? Why it gives an error? What is the error? Let me see. Will it map expression? Let me see what is the error. Here it says the invalid expression. Okay, let me do it again. Do concat the file. Okay, so that is the problem. .pdf. Next, 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 and then finish. Let's say update. Yeah, this solved now. Now here, you see, I need to configure this mapper. So I will click on edit. And here you see download request. Where is the response actually? Apply. Oh, so I need to put it after this. So with this, I would like to show one more functionality here, which is called cut and paste. So I need to put this stage file, not here, after this invoke. Okay. So we have another functionality called cut. So cut will allow you to cut the element which you would like to use. So here, when you cut here, you can paste here. Similarly, I would like to cut here, cut this one, and then paste here. Right? So you can use cut and paste. So you click whichever you would like to cut, and then when you cut it, you see the plus will be activated. Wherever you would like to paste, you click on the plus button and then paste. Okay. Now click edit. So this is one of the new functionality, cut and paste. Okay. So download file from UCM. So generic web service, document sequence, and then file. So we have this content which gets the base 64. So when you put this base 64, this opaque element, okay, it will convert this as a reference. Validate. So whatever file is there, it will be written into the stage area. Apply. And then I need to use my notification action to send a notification. So it will give me the file reference which I can map. Notification. Let's say you see file to, let me say, is at gmail.com, and then from attended no hyphen reply at from, and then subject, let's say UCM file, and in the body I can say hi team, please download the file, please download the file as attached, and then the attachment reference. So click on this plus button, and here you can see write file response, write response, write response, and then ICS file. So this is the file reference which you need to put it here, and then just save. come back. That's it. Now let's enable the business identifier, template parameter, let's say IT, save. That's it. Now let's activate and then test the integration with the correct UCM ID that we have in the UCM. So let me take this UCM ID, which I already copied from the UCM itself. Allow me a minute. Let me copy this. Okay, now let me test this integration. Then it should download the file from UCM and send it to me over email. Then if everything goes okay, it should show me the success. Let me check. Yeah, download file from UCM. Yeah, so here everything went well. So I should receive an email. So let me show you my email. Here we go. Please download the file as UCM, and here is the attachment. Okay, so this is how you can leverage the SOAP API of UCM to download the file from UCM, guys. I hope you like this use case. That's all about this. Thank you. Bye-bye.